In this video, we're going to practice multiplying monomials. And remember, a monomial is just a single term. Here's an example. Here I have four factors, negative 2 and w, and 2 and w, and I can multiply those factors in any order. The order I choose to multiply in is negative 2 times 2, and then w times w. Negative 2 times 2 is going to give me negative 4. And when I multiply w times w, I remember that both bases of w have an unwritten exponent of 1. And so the bases are the same, and I'm multiplying, so I can add the exponents and get w with an exponent of 2. Now, since there are no more operations to do, I've simplified. Here's one for you to try. Here I have a factor of negative 8, a second factor of y squared, a third factor of 2, and a fourth factor of y cubed. Since I can multiply in any order, I choose to multiply the negative 8 and the 2 together and get negative 16. And then when I multiply the y squared and y cubed together, bases are the same, so I can add the exponents and get the fifth power of y. Here's another one. If we multiply negative 2 times 3 times negative 5, we'll get 30. And then I'm multiplying n to the first times n squared, which will give me n cubed. How about now? Here I have two operations, a multiplication and an addition. Multiplication will be first. I'll multiply the 7 and the 3 to get 21. And then I'll multiply the two factors of x to the first to get x squared. Now that the multiplication is finished, I can move on to the addition. Since these are like terms, if I have 21 of them, and I get another 9 of the exact same thing, that is x squareds, I have 30 x squareds. Now be careful, it's very common at first for students to want to make x to the fourths, but that isn't what you do when you're adding. When you're adding, you're just counting how many x squareds you have, and again in this case, I have 30 of them. Here's another. Again in this case, I have a multiplication and addition. Multiplication will be first. 2 times 3 is 6. A cubed times a squared, a to the fifth. Now I move on to my addition. I'm counting a to the fifths. These are like. If I have 4 and 6 more, I have 10. And here's the last one. Here I have a product, a difference, and another product. Products are first. The first term is going to be negative 3y to the fourth because I'm adding the exponents of 1 and 3 and keeping the common base. Then I'll be subtracting the second product. This is going to be 2y to the fourth. Again, the bases are the same, so I can add the exponents. Last, I'll carry out the subtraction. If I've lost 3y to the fourths, and then I lose 2 more y to the fourths, I've lost 5 of them. Well, that concludes this video where we have practiced multiplying some monomials.